Some are calling it a Trojan horse. I saw screenshots. You had done a nice build-up. When the president made the announcement, was it Kwesi Pratt or someone who said that?
No, they had signboards advertising Nana free water.
That's why I'm voting for him. And then you had the naysayers. Now we don't think they are naysayers anymore. At the time, they were thought to be naysayers, saying that no, there is nothing free in this world. They'll come back for it. And then Agyapong's statement later on that we need to share the cost. I mean, if coronavirus has had such an impact on the economy, I mean, the repercussions are there for us all to see. And the government says that, okay, let's share the bill. At the time, last year, it was inconvenient for people to pay for water and electricity. But now, we think things have picked up a bit. So what we enjoyed last year that was free, now let's begin to pay for it. What exactly is your issue?
The government that takes money from mineral resources, from oil and gold and everything, is telling workers that it does not have money to increase their salary. But the same government believes that people have money to pay more taxes. Coronavirus hit everybody. And you find people say, oh, I live in Europe and I get everything we didn't get anything free. What are you talking about? In Europe where you live, do they have gold? This country has exported gold for over 100 years. This country has oil. This country has fertile soil and everything. During the pandemic, we went and borrowed $1 billion, and we couldn't put people, lock people down and feed them. They cook rice.
They did.
Look,
people were fed.
The rice with pepper on top. That is feeding.
We saw pictures. I remember I spoke to the gender minister at the time, and she said it wasn't a true representation of what the people were being fed with.
Yes, I want to put it to the gender minister.
At the time?
Yes,
Cynthia
at the time.
Morrison.
Yes, that coronavirus relief, whatever, was an opportunity for people to steal from this country. And you see, there's so many people who don't know this. You find people who made so much money. All of them, we see them every day. We came from the village to Accra. We see them, their parents had money, they were this, they were that, they've grown up. We sit down with them, they are nobody. You know why? Because their fathers were stealing from poor people. So if Madam Cynthia Morrison will do her own audit and will listen with an ear which is not a political ear, she will notice that there were people who were stealing food that is meant for poor people and selling it in provision shops.
Cynthia Morrison is not the type who will tolerate that.
How can she know until I come and tell her?
Right.
But they will go and defend the people. It's party issues. They said they cooked food for about 50,000 or 200,000 people. How many? We're cooking for how many? 400,000 people a day. The 10 biggest restaurants in Accra, name them. Do you know what 400,000 people or 100,000 people mean? When you say 100,000, Accra Sports Stadium is 40,000 capacity. So if you are cooking for 100,000 people, you are cooking for 3 Accra Sports Stadiums. And where are you going to stand to cook that food?
Actually, 3.
No, you don't. I saw something. They said Ghana Water spent some millions, 800 and something million. What is the revenue of Ghana Water in a whole year before you give free water that costs us that amount?
So you think that
what I'm saying is that
the government has been insensitive?
Very. We couldn't lock people down and give them food. And the government is coming back after people's jobs have collapsed and all, and telling the people that pay. Why should you pay? Because I gave you free water. That is what you used to win the election.
So you think it was deception?
Of course, and that is it. But
have you listened to the explanation, for instance, Agyapong preferred?
You want me to listen to what Agyapong says?
Yes.
Why?
He's the Minister of Information. If you have a concern with what the government has done or said,
yes,
he speaks for the government,
yes,
and he's telling you what the reality is, what the thinking was before these things were sent to Parliament.
Look, Abba, me, even Bible, I don't believe everything that is inside before I go and believe Agyapong. I believe some parts of the Bible, especially when it's talking about moral issues and all. I don't believe that a snake spoke to somebody and gave her apple to chew and say, give the rest to your husband. Snake.
Okay, that will be for another day.
Yeah, I don't believe in that.
Okay.
So why would I believe everything that Agyapong says? No, Agyapong himself, he he himself knows that he can't believe everything that he says. And sometimes I feel pity for him. They are using him. He's killing his own.
How is he?
Yes, because when they mess up, when they mess up, they'll send him to go and say it. Look, he is not how do you call it? Retarded. He knows what is right and what is wrong. He knows what he's saying. He knows what they are using him for. You think if Agyapong Nkrumah had his way in this crisis, in this pandemic, he would come and justify taxes? When he was sitting on Joy FM as a morning show host, if Agyapong Nkrumah were a morning show host on Joy FM today, would he justify this?
If it makes sense, I guess he would.
Yes, it will make sense today, because when Mahama or NDC is not in power, everything makes sense.
How did you?
It makes sense to Christian Council. It makes sense to Peace Council. It makes sense to whatever groups. It makes sense to Occupy Ghana.
You were one of those people who heavily criticized John Mahama.
Yes.
Yes. How did you two become pali-palis?
No, I didn't criticize John Mahama. I criticized the system, and that is who I am. I have not changed. It's not about John Mahama. It's about the system, and it is the same system that we have. What has changed in Ghana for anybody to be quiet? Tell me one thing that has changed in Ghana for anybody or group of people to be quiet.
Free education.
And free education is one thing that has changed, and so now everything has changed about Ghana.
Oh no, you asked.
And John Mahama didn't do it. John Mahama had his own goods. John Mahama was doing so many things. If you enter the Bank of Ghana Hospital, if you enter University of Ghana Hospital, you will notice that anybody as a leader who built that thing in this country has a certain foresight. Did you know
all of this in 2016?
Because I thought Akufo Addo could do better. Even looking at what John Mahama was doing, in spite of what he was doing, I still believed that Akufo Addo could do better, because we had received communication from people like Agyapong Nkrumah who were telling us that, I didn't say him, but people like him then, who were telling us that it was over invoicing, it was over budgeting, it was whatever, and we believed them, and we believed that it could be better. And now Akufo Addo came to power. Has anybody been arrested for corruption under John Mahama? The only people in prison are people that were being prosecuted by John Mahama and the NCA people. All the ones that we are talking about, Ameri, Guinea Fowl has run away to somewhere. Who has been arrested or prosecuted for?
So you feel it was propaganda?
Of course. So you see.
So do you regret the stance you took against the system then,
yes,
led by John Mahama as the president? Do you regret some of the utterances?
Yes. Yes.
Have you spoken to
the reason why to John Mahama? Yeah. John Mahama is my friend. Even when he was president, he was my friend.
Right.
You see, let me tell you one interesting thing. When John Mahama was president, the day his mother passed, I sent him a message, and he responded. At that time, I said on Joy FM that I have the president's number. The president is my friend, but I won't vote for him. I'll vote for Nana Addo. And that day, Nana was listening to me. It was Nana's bodyguard, Boloyong. He called me that day and said, Oman is listening to you. He wants to talk to you.
So
I spoke with Nana. He said, come to Volta region. This election. I know I didn't vote for him. I said that over and over. I did not vote for him. No, I didn't vote for him.
So you regret voting for him in 2016?
Yes. Anybody who has not regretted or is not disappointed didn't believe Nana Addo. They didn't think that Nana Addo could do anything. So it was just the normal politics. Oh, let's just vote.
Right.
You see, John Mahama was not. We are not suggesting that John Mahama was the best. But today, as we speak, government appointees and officials do comparative analysis with an incompetent man. The guy was incompetent. Look, me, I don't care about John Mahama. If John Mahama becomes president tomorrow, and they say that, John Mahama has done that thing, how do they call it? Agyapong. I'll just look at these people there. Like, it's normal. If you say Nana Addo has done this, I feel it because I trust the man. Can you imagine that they say Satan, all of a sudden Satan came and he went and killed people in Satan is killing people every day. It's normal. But if they say Jesus Christ came, today they say Jesus Christ, not knowing we have found out that he was sleeping with Mary Magdalene. Do you know what will happen?
Oh Lord.
You understand? Yeah. So me, Nana Addo,
I get your
Nana Addo, I love him. As we speak, if Nana Addo is no more the president, I'll be the first person to go to. Now we are dealing as family. I do not like his leadership skill. I do not agree with him.
What about his leadership?
Nana Addo has turned into a pastor. As in Papa Biamati, oh yeah. He's no more there. I believe in Ghana. I am a person. Now he has turned into a pastor. He doesn't want to offend anybody. You cannot rule Ghana and not want to offend
I get a
anybody.
sense that you are not particularly excited about his fight against corruption.
Not at all. Nana Addo has rather spent years fighting people who are fighting corruption, either directly or has allowed people to use his government. Let me be economical. Has allowed people to use his government to fight people who are fighting corruption. And I think that it is because maybe he owes them favors. Yeah, maybe there's not much. Look, Ghanaians, if you wake up tomorrow morning and Nana Addo wants to be president, vote for her. She doesn't owe anybody. She got up and she won. Yeah, because I think that maybe Nana Addo from 1990 whatever, when somebody does something, asensu na you say asembs oh Nana kai papa na 1998 or the me hu nacho. And Nana Addo as his age, look, when you are growing, look at our fathers. When you are growing, you become lenient.
Right.
Yeah.
You mentioned asensu. Some have said that you're jealous of some of these young people who are now, ministers. Asensu, Jinapo, Agyapong, for instance, that you are constantly. I mean, I remember for some time it was back to back, Asensu and Jinapo. What exactly was your issue with these men?
It was all.
They are now ministers.
It was all Dr. Anya's issue.
Okay.
It was all Kolebu. Anybody who does not understand why I am angry. All these guys is Kolebu issue. There is nothing.
Because you made some very wild allegations against them.
I didn't make wild allegations against them. They are in court. Abu Jinapo didn't go to court. Abu Jinapo is a very smart politician. I like him. I really, really do. I was not even angry with him. They attacked me, I attacked them. I thought it was going to end there until they started fighting. In fact, when they came to power, they thought that power is everything, but they didn't know that they would come and meet the bosom. Me.
Who's the bosom?
How can you? You have power, take it. But you see, you use all your power. You go to court. I'll do this. I'll do that. You won't get anywhere. Look, in the last 4 years, I've been to court with Aslausu. I've been to court with Asabi. I've been to court with Asensu. You will not win. Oh. You will not win because I have never lied. I'm not jealous of them. For what? I just told you that human beings are dying in Kolebu. And Dr. Nyan needs to do this. And you don't have to interfere in the man's work. And I told the president, and you got angry. And then you came and attacked me in Cape Coast. Sorry. And I also said you are corrupt. And then Georgiana said, oh, remove the post. It ends there. But they thought that when you are given power, you can do everything. Forgetting that in 1999, when Rawlings was the president and Ghana was not what it was today, as a young boy like me, I was producing songs. And I went through Kyei Akufo. When I saw Rawlings, I saw Akufo, I saw Atamils, I saw Mahama before Nana Addo. So if Nana Addo makes you a president, a minister or what today, you have to find people that you can intimidate. I've seen it. You cannot intimidate me. It is not possible. And if you are dealing with somebody who believes that I'm just living on a pale blue dot floating in a sunbeam, and so anybody can die tomorrow, it is nothing that you think. You will not get there because we will die together. You won't get there. Don't try. So I'm not jealous of them. I'm very proud of their achievements. Yeah, but that does not mean that if you are stealing from this country, we will let it go. I know people, when you start talking about corruption, they don't deal with the issue. They start talking about your girlfriend in Legon. Plus, he has a girlfriend in Legon. Yeah,
I mean, it's
Nana Addo says that let's teach these politicians a lesson at the post.
And they call me Ashawo.
What has that got to do with light off today? So me, when you come up and say A+ has a girlfriend, I have plenty of girlfriends. I have a lot of them.
So deal with the issue.
Yes, right? Let's deal with the issues. I am proud of the achievement, but I want them to know, if anybody in this country thinks that they can intimidate me by virtue of the power that His Excellency the President has given to you, I will let you know that the first time Nana Addo lost a general election in this country, when he walked out of his room, he met me. You were not there. I will let you know that when Nana Addo lost in 2009, and me, Nana Addo and Nana Poku were sitting in the apartment in Mayfair, you were not there in London. I will let you know that a day to 2008 election, when myself and Kyei Mensah and Nana Poku drove to Chebia Pepem, you were not there. So don't try to use that your power. Me, I'm no bulldog. Bulldog was not part of the struggle. So don't try to use your power to intimidate Kwame Eaplas. I can be a very nice person. I can ignore. I can be tolerant. But if you try to intimidate me, like Asabi has a friend in the police. His name is Dr. Yankson. And Dr. Yankson thought that Asabi can use him to intimidate Kwame Eaplas. When I walk into Dr. Yanson's office, I'm sure that somebody will tell me he's listening to me. The day I walked into a cybercrime unit in CID headquarters, they saw that they have met somebody who has read the Constitution and know what I'm doing. You cannot intimidate me. It is highly impossible. Let's fight for this country. Let's have that spirit that Kwame Nkrumah and all these people had. Where is Kwame Nkrumah's house? Show me one. People have everything in less than 4 years. And they don't want us to talk about it because you deserve it. You deserve it more than Sekou Nkrumah. If your father was whatever and you think that you have to own the whole country in 4 years, what does Samia Nkrumah have? Tell me. So everybody must understand their limits. When I start talking about these guys, I get so angry. If you are stealing your money, steal it. Don't come and intimidate me. And I'm not jealous. What I'm looking for is way beyond 4 years of Akufo Addo.
I mean, and let me just put it, these people haven't stolen anything. Not that I know that.
No, I've not mentioned anybody's name. I said if you are stealing, and anybody who is stealing too, I will tell them straight that you are stealing. Yes, you are stealing.
So I just want to clear that the fact that we mentioned these names doesn't presuppose that you see that there are two groups of people. You are alleging there are two groups of people. There are two groups of people. People who get angry and connect their mouth and their heart, and people who get angry and connect their mouth and their brain. You go through the whole interview. Which one are you?
Me. When I'm angry, I connect my mouth and my brain.
Okay.
You will go to court, you won't win.
Okay. And recently, when the Minister of Finance designate mentioned that he was recovering, in fact, when he had to travel, you made some comments. People found your comments insensitive. I mean, ill health is not something you want to.
What comment did I make?
Oh, let me just go to your page. But there are people who found your comment. Did you comment on Kyei Mensah?
Yes.
What exactly did you say?
I said I wish him well, but I hope that we'll spend more money on health facilities instead of a cathedral, so that when we are sick, all of us can find better health care here in Ghana. How insensitive is that? And I wished him a speedy recovery. Kyei became minister.
Did you have to bring all of that?
Yes, it's very important.
Speedy recovery.
It is very important.
Without bringing in
this country. Me, if you give me ministerial position today, or if I become president of Ghana today, you see V8 inside the suite. V8. If you sit inside, have you sat inside V8?
No.
Inside the suite.
Yeah, I've never sat in.
So you see.
Someone should bless me with a
V8.
Not with a V8, but just
the Land Cruiser.
A ride.
The Land Cruiser.
From here to Aflau.
The Land Cruiser.
Enjoy.
The Land Cruiser inside the suite. So there is nothing wrong. I'm not even worried about people enjoying or living a certain life when they become ministers. The problem I have is when Kyei Mensah, as minister, can go to America for treatment, but the people who voted for him can't get treatment for malaria.
So you see, you can go to America. There is nothing wrong.
Are they not getting treatment for malaria?
Yes, Abba. We just saw a video on social media. Mensah Government Hospital. Women gave birth on the bare floor. This is one of the highest gold producing regions in this whole world. And it does not have hospitals for women to give birth. Look, Abba, see, you see, the worst thing you can do to a woman is to let her give birth on the bare floor. It's the worst thing that anybody, look. The other day I said that I don't think that women must work. I even think that when women give birth, you have to have like 6 months maternity. Even if you are a man and you are going to seek employment from government, before government gives you the job, like this guy, Caleb, you have to ask him, are you married? Yes. Bring your wife's account, your account and your wife's account. At the end of every month, when you are paying Caleb, you have to take some of the money and put it inside the wife's account. If you go home and your wife gives it back to you, that is her own problem. But government must deduct money from the men's account and put it in their wife's account. Women go through a lot. When a woman is giving birth and the baby can't come, they have to take a knife and actually cut the thing. Do you know how, without anesthesia, do you understand that? You have to cut them and sew it.
I do understand because I've had a baby.
Good. And sew it. Sew. Do you know what women go through? And this is a gold producing country. The highest gold producing region has a hospital where women give birth on the bare floor. But somebody can get health care in America. So I'm saying that all of us can't have health care in America. And because of the workload, and because of, you see, thinking is not easy. So when you fall sick, no problem, we will take you to hospital in America. But don't come and tell us to go and build a cathedral, and you are leading the building of a cathedral when women are giving birth on the floor.
Are they using state resources to build the cathedral?
Yes.